Hi, I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is live from the Hotel Edison. Times Square Chronicles presents Zoom Style. I am so excited to have our guest today. She was in the original Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. She was in Hadestown and slayed it. And now she's playing Riff Raff in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. We're with Amber Gray. Amber, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Good. So, being in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and playing Riff Raff, did you ever think you would be doing this?
Yeah, I've wanted to play Riff Raff since I was a kid, and Sam
Really?
has done that since 2016 when we were doing Great Comet together on Broadway. So it's sort of been in the ether for a while. Yeah,
What
I'm
other
happy
roles?
it true.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm happy it came true.
Oh, good. What other roles would you like to take on?
I mostly make new shows, so there aren't very many that I like that are in the canon that I crave doing, but I would love to play Martha and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Mm.
I would love to play the witch and Into the Woods. Clearly, there's a theme. And Medea. I
Mm.
like the Greeks. hmm
What composers would you like to work with?
I've worked with all the ones I love: Dave Malloy, Anais Mitchell, Heather Christian, the Banksons. Those contemporary composers are my favorites, and they're all my dear friends, which I'm grateful for. Lin Manuel, Issa Davis. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you with Heather Christensen. Oratorio for Living Beings is one of my favorite pieces.
yeah.
Um,
Oratorio for Living Things. Yeah,
what do you
it's beautiful.
bring? What do you bring to the role of Riff Raff? That's you.
I mean, it is me. So I'm always bringing myself to my roles. I'm not really sure how to answer that question. Um, there's no
Let's
not
ask it.
bringing my body to it.
No, let's ask it in a different way. What
Mm,
of you is not Riff Raff?
mm. Interesting. I mean, I'm not an alien. I'm a human being. That I know of anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think of Riff Raff as a creature, so that's been pretty fun. Like, I don't initially people were like, "Oh, you're the first like cisgendered woman to play it." I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. I really am thinking about Riff Raff as an alien creature. Like those sorts of human notions do not apply in my performance.
How did you get started in theater?
Hmm. I'm an army brat. So when I was growing up, I had to move every 2 or 3 years. And I spent many formative years in Germany. And in Germany, everyone skis, right? It's a pedestrian sport there. You start skiing when you're like 3 years old. But in the States, skiing is like a rich people sport, or you have to be on a ski team to be doing it a lot. And so the jocks were not very nice. They were super competitive. And I was just like a lonely kid moving a lot. So I started doing theater purely to make friends, like for the camaraderie, for the friendship, the community. And then I really got, addicted to it. But mainly to that, to the hang, to the theater community is the thing I really got addicted to. Yeah.
What was your first production?
Mm. Oh my God. It's a very good question. I don't really remember anymore. I kind of like conflate all those memories because I've moved so many times. It was in
Mm.
Massachusetts. I want to say it was like this devised piece we did. Emerson College had a festival in Boston that they would have high schoolers come like do a 30-minute devised piece. And we did one based on like, uh, uh, oh gosh, I can't think of the term anymore. Like a morality play, like
Oh,
Everyman or something, um, where I played love. We all played the different sort of, yeah,
nice. No,
yeah,
I saw a production of Seven Deadly Sins that was very
yeah,
much like that.
exactly, exactly. Where you're like personifying these notions. Yeah, that was probably the first show I ever did. And then my high school theater director really believed you gave the weakest link the lead so that
Mm.
or a lead so that they got better and better. So before I could play these kinds of roles, I played Mary Magdalene in Jesus Christ Superstar. I played Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I played Ophelia in Hamlet when I was
Nice.
like really not ready to play any of those roles.
They say that eyes are the windows of the soul, but I
Hmm.
think songs are.
Hmm.
What song or cycle of songs describes who you are? There's no
I
right or
haven't,
wrong
yeah,
answer.
I have no clue how to answer that question. Um, I mean, when I'm listening to music, I actually listen to a lot of music that doesn't have any singing in it. So much of my life is spent learning other people's music to sing, you know? I like a
Mm.
lot of old standards like Ne me quitte pas. Like I love a lot of those sort of like jazz standards. Those are a good vibe. But yeah, I don't know. I love so many different genres of music. That's like sort of an impossible question to answer. Cute
The,
though.
the
Cute
reason
question.
the reason I ask is because normally that question should change minute to minute, second to second,
Yeah, of
because we're
course.
never the same song. But I think
Mm,
it's a way of letting people know who you are.
yeah.
That's why I ask it. Um,
Mm.
what have you thought of doing cabaret or an album?
Oh, interesting. I've never really thought about doing an album, but I have done some cabaret and it was really fun. And I won a Bistro Award actually for best solo show. Um, I loved it so much. It was 20, well, sirens going by, 2024 maybe that I did a little tour of a cabaret and I loved it so deeply. And I was like, oh, I could live this life, like just gigging around the country, being a lounge singer, singing on a cruise ship. I would be very happy.
You have that style. I could totally see you doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I would
Um,
love it.
what is a day in your life like?
Mm. Well, I get home pretty late and it takes me a while to sort of come down all the adrenaline. So I don't go to bed as early as I would prefer. When I'm left to my own devices, I go to bed at like 9:30. Um,
Really?
yeah, but when I'm in a show, you can't, unfortunately. I like to go to bed early, wake up early. That's when my body is happiest. But when I'm in a show run, I have to go to bed late. But no matter what, I have to get up at 7 to get my kids going to school. We leave the house at 8. So I have like an hour in the morning with my kids. And then I bike them to school in a cargo bike. And then I come back home and go back to bed
Wait, you have
because I
kids. I
normally
didn't
have
know
it.
this.
Yeah, I have a 7-year old and a 10-year old.
Wow. Are they interested in theater?
Sometimes, I mean, the older one is definitely a ham, um, and claims to be interested in theater, but I don't know how serious it is. We'll see as he gets older. I'm not interested in him doing theater now as children, but
Of course.
if he keeps asking about it as he gets older, I wouldn't mind if he wanted to do that with his life. Yeah,
Having children and being a mom on Broadway, that's hard.
it's very hard. Yeah.
How do you manage it?
Uh, a
And
lot
by
of
the way,
help.
happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. Isn't that
Uh,
next month?
oh, I think it's like coming up.
Is it? Oh, I don't even know. Um, yeah, it's hard. You need a lot of help. Luckily, they're of an age where we don't need sitters as much anymore. They can sort of take care of themselves and be latchkey kids, which is great. It's really cracked open our lives as parents. Like a whole new chapter has begun that we have a bit more freedom in our time, that they can be home alone and like make food for themselves and everything. But it's not fun, to be honest with you. This schedule is really brutal on parents, and I didn't have kids to not raise them. So there are days I find it quite heartbreaking. Like I don't always want to do it, you know?
What's your
I'd
favorite
rather,
book?
huh?
What's your
What's my
favorite
favorite one?
book to read to them?
Oh, we like reading all the mythology books. There's like a very famous Greek
Ooh,
mythology book. Actually, Anais Mitchell grew up with that she is why she had the inspiration for Hadestown. Um, and then we have a Norse myth book. Like we love reading the myths. It's really fun.
I love mythology.
Yeah.
Um, if you weren't being an actor, what would you be?
I would be a textile designer. I love to draw and I really love fabrics. I love linen, denims, like really heavy kind of duck cloth denims in wool. We're like a big collector of wool in my household. We have many heritage blankets, medicine blankets. I would love to design textiles in another life.
I love that. Um, what would you like audiences to take away from this new Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Hmm. I mean, it's so funny. As a child exposed to this show, the main theme of "Don't dream it, be it" was what resonated with me the most. And that still very much so resonates of just be you, don't apologize for that. Um, which I find quite beautiful. But there's this line, there are a lot of these like little metaphysics threads throughout, and a lot of the lines are the narrators, played by Rachel Dratch. She has this great line at the end that's like, crawling, let me see, I don't want to botch it. Crawling on the planet's face, an insect called the human race, lost in time and lost in space and meaning. And I think about that one a lot lately, like, because, you know, the older I get, I think a lot about I love reading philosophy books and psychology books. I think a lot about how to live well, you know, and I don't think we're in a moment where humans are living particularly well. So that's
I
sort of the thing that hits with me the most lately as somebody that's middle aged. Um, yeah. But the "don't dream it, be it" theme is always so glorious and joyous. Like, of course, I would want anyone to take that away from the show.
With Natasha and Hadestown and now Rocky, can you
Mm.
tell me what you've taken away from each one?
Mm.
Or
What a
what
good
they've given you?
question. Yeah. I mean, every role I take on, I always, there's like a part of me that doesn't know how I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
If I think I can play a role, I don't normally take it.
Why?
Because there's nothing to learn there. There's no growth there.
Oh,
What's
not
the point?
necessarily, because those are the ones that you learn the deepest, actually.
The ones you think you know how to do well already?
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, once you get there, you don't.
No, I deeply disagree. Um, yeah, I like the ones that I'm scared of that I don't know how to do. Those are the ones I learn from. And it's quite wonderful to figure out how to play those roles because then you learn other colors in yourself that you do have, you know. It is you out there at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
um yeah, I like doing ones that are far away from myself that I have to kind of find a way into. That really turns me on. So yeah, I mean, all of those characters have given me new insights into myself and new strengths and things, which is beautiful. um yeah.
Sorry, my cat's meowing.
Oh, kitty.
Yeah, he wants to be a part of it, which is rare. Um, what haven't I asked you that you think
Hmm.
audiences should know about you?
Oh. I'm honored to be asked the question. I mean, I'm a pretty private person. Like I don't have much of a social media presence and I don't I miss the days of artists being mysterious and having a little
Mm.
mystique. I'm a really I guess you know what you should know about me. I go out there to disappear into roles. You don't need to know anything about me. Just like I would like hopefully you enjoy me as the character and that's the greatest gift for me as a performer. But yeah.
I love that. What advice would you give young actors?
Hmm. Uh, keep studying and keep making your own art. Like, I think a lot of actors don't realize that they are makers, because you're often interpreting other people's art. But, any training program worth its salt will teach you can very easily write, even if you don't think of yourself as a writer, like on a computer or with a piece of paper. You can write through improvisation, you can write through interviewing people. There are all these different ways that you can like generate material. And I think super important to create your own work, even if it never sees the light of day, just to keep your muscles in shape and to be a generative creative artist, I think is really important to maintain that, whether you're working or not, to just have like a daily kind of making practice will keep you in great shape.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Um, do you write?
Yeah.
Will we ever see it published, or will we ever see you doing it?
You might see me doing it. Yes. I have a grant to make an Eartha Kitt piece, which I've been working on for the past year, which I'm excited about.
Wait,
Um,
can you do the kitty growl?
Can I just interrupt for a second?
yeah,
I'm sitting here listening to you, and the first person that came into my mind was Eartha Kitt. That was
I'll
going to be
take it.
that was going to be my question, and I was going to
Ask.
suggest that if you ever do a cabaret, she's one of the greatest ladies in the world, and I've
Oh yeah,
met
she's
her.
amazing.
I was very lucky
Yeah.
to meet her and watched her perform.
Yeah.
You have it.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored.
Please do
Thank you.
her.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah. Um,
I still have the question. Can you do the kitty growl?
no, 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 no. It's not about that. No. I'm not
I
going to do
loved
the
the,
kitty growl.
I loved how she kitty growled.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Did you
So,
did you see the wild party that was at town hall?
no, but I've seen clips of it online.
Again, is there anything else you'd like to say that we can include?
No, it was nice chatting with you.
It was lovely chatting with you. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah,
Magda,
my
thank you
pleasure.
for filming us and making us hopefully look good, sound good. I'm Susanna Bowling. This is live from the Hotel Edison. Times Square Chronicles presents Zoom Style.